Did you know that the oldest board game likely originated in ancient Mesopotamia nearly 4,600 years ago? And like many things that only improve with age, the popularity of playing board games is on the rise, particularly among younger generations. The surge started during the COVID-19 pandemic when people were forced to stay home and quarantine. Board game sales increased by more than 30% from 2019 to 2022, according to market research firm Circana. And now we can mingle once again, but younger Americans have started to take the opportunity to form board game groups and clubs throughout the country to continue this nostalgic pastime. Zachary Horton joins us now with more. He's an associate professor of media, literary, and game studies at the University of Pittsburgh. So, Zach, what's behind this resurgence in popularity for board games?
Yeah, well, I think there are three main factors driving this board game renaissance. The first is digital exhaustion, right? Especially for millennials and Gen Z, digital natives who have grown up with their entire social lives mediated by the digital. There's a kind of distrust of the sort of authenticity of the digital. And I think there's a craving for what is seen as the greater authenticity and groundedness, the rooted in reality feeling of analog media, right? You see that from film photography to vinyl records to board games. So I think the second thing is a desire for community, right? In real life, IRL, as they say, interaction, right? Board games bring people together, families, friends, even strangers. People have groups and meet new people. Sitting around a table and playing a board game builds community.
Yeah, and
I think it's a lot more fun than arguing over politics, for instance.
Agreed. We love board games in my family and among my friends, and I understand the thirst for nostalgia. How much of these board games are the ones that we grew up playing with? Because there's a lot of great new games that have come on the market since we were kids that maybe are drawing more people in.
It's great. Yeah, you mentioned that, board games are as old as civilization itself, and some of the oldest games, chess, Go, backgammon, are still extremely popular today. But yeah, newer games like Catan, Carcassonne, Ticket to Ride, these are Euro games. Those have been extremely popular. Those are from the past 20, 30 years. But yeah, thousands of new games get released every year. I'd say some really popular recent ones are Wingspan, which is about birds, Gloomhaven, which is a fantasy dungeon crawler, terraforming Mars, Root, which is about woodland creatures forming factions and in conflict with each other. New game Arcs, which is a epic science fiction narrative-based board game. There's a board game for every genre and set of interests out there now.
Well, in addition to board games, there's also great card games. I'm thinking of Taco Cat Goat Cheese Pizza. But if people are watching this and are thinking, oh, that sounds like fun, any suggestions about how to organize board game meetups? I understand that there's more gaming cafes. Talk to us just about what's next.
Sure. Yeah. Board game cafes are extremely popular. You can go to those, get a drink, have dinner, meet with some friends, play a game. You can find meetups, of course, online if you want to join. But the easiest thing, you can also go to a local board game shop. These are increasingly have seen more and more business, right? And usually these local retailers for board games have meetups. They have they teach, events, teach you how to play, et cetera. And you can go to those and meet other people.
Wonderful suggestions, all of them. Zachary Horton, thank you.